My beloved child, you have exactly 2 minutes, that's all I can give you, before something is placed at your door, before someone knocks, before a letter is delivered, before your world changes, in a way you never thought it would. Please listen closely, don't let this pass you by, like so many moments before. Don't say maybe another time, don't wonder what if this isn't real. This is the sign you've been waiting for, not by chance, not an accident. This moment has been aligned perfectly, for your eyes, your heart, and your readiness. You are seeing this now, because you're meant to. Your spirit already senses what's approaching, you've felt the shift inside, that quiet stirring, the energy in the atmosphere, the persistent whisper in your chest, that refuses to be silenced. Standing right beside you now, is Archangel Michael. His presence is strong, unwavering. His sword isn't raised in warning, but in purpose, in truth. He's not alerting you to danger this time, he's revealing a divine gift, one written into your story long ago. And now it's finally reaching your hands. Yes, a letter, an actual one, not just a symbol. A document bearing your name, holding something the world thought was gone, but heaven preserved. Something that belongs to you, by divine right. And who sent it? That's the surprise, you won't believe it, you would never guess. You may have believed this person forgot you, left your life changed beyond recognition, or perhaps they passed on. But there's another layer you haven't seen. In the unseen realm something sacred occurred, a divine agreement, a final wish, a signature not made in ink alone, but in love, in timing, in sacrifice. This letter doesn't just carry a gift, it carries healing, closure, truth, your soul has waited so long to receive. Stay with me, don't scroll away, don't minimize this as something ordinary, because what's about to unfold, will shift your path. Take a deep breath, maybe sit down, let your spirit settle, so it can take this in fully. I've seen your tears, I've watched you question, why others received what you prayed for. You've seen those who cut corners get ahead, while you stayed kind, honest, patient, and unnoticed. But you were never overlooked by me, I was saving every moment of your faithfulness, every time you gave without expecting return, every whisper of God, I'm still here, please remember me. And I did. This is why the letter is arriving now. This is why Archangel Michael stands ready, not to warn, but to affirm. You have just 2 minutes to say yes in your spirit, to prepare your inner space, because someone who once loved you deeply, perhaps someone who has crossed over, made sure you would not be forgotten. What they left is more than just a blessing, it's a key to something greater. A spiritual inheritance is moving toward you, tied directly to real-life transformation, not just peace, provision, not just a message, movement. Pause here, just for a moment. This isn't random, if your heart knows that, take a step of faith. Subscribe now, not for content, but for connection. Messages are coming, that your spirit has been waiting for. You're not just watching a video, you're witnessing part of a larger plan unfold, one you're written into. Now hear this, the person who made this possible, is someone you wouldn't expect. Maybe they haven't been in your life for a long time. Maybe you assumed they didn't care. But in their final moments, or in a powerful moment of clarity, they made a choice. They spoke your name, they made it known, if anything was left behind, it should find its way to you. And now that process has begun. A delivery is being prepared, a legal file is being adjusted, an email draft is opening, a hidden account is being examined, a storage key is being located, a door is being unlocked. Your name, yes, your name, is now being whispered in places of influence. Because God has decided it's time to place you where you were always meant to be. The enemy tried to remove you from the story, but your identity was never erased in heaven. I held your name in divine protection, waiting for this moment. And now, it's being released. If your hands are trembling right now, it's because your spirit already knows this is real. This is not fantasy, this is fulfillment, this is your confirmation. When this letter comes, it won't just say here it is. It will say we've been trying to reach you, this was preserved for you, no one else is allowed to open it. And when your hands break that seal, you'll know it's not just about the contents, it's about divine justice, restoration, peace, proof that every silent prayer wasn't ignored, that every unseen moment was recorded. And still you'll be surprised, when you read the name at the bottom, the one you believed had left you behind. That's the beauty of grace. Don't go anywhere yet, stay with this message, because you're stepping into something holy, and your angels are still working behind the scenes. You're still here, that matters, that means you're tuned in, that your heart recognizes the divine shift underway. Only those spiritually aligned are able to receive in a moment like this. The rest of the world is racing after things that were never theirs, but you were chosen for this. You've been prepared, this inheritance, this moment, it's not a mistake, it's the result of your patience, your growth, and your surrender. You stopped chasing approval, you started praying for alignment. And now, here it is. The angels were witness to the delays, they saw the doors that didn't open, they heard every time you whispered your name to heaven. Do you realize how many times Archangel Michael stepped in for you, without your knowledge? He blocked actions that would have stolen what was yours, he confused tongues that tried to speak against you, he stood beside decision makers, and made them second-guess removing your name. And you kept your peace, you kept believing, saying God knows, God will. And now, God is. But understand this inheritance carries weight. It's sacred. It's not just about receiving something material. It's a call, a responsibility, a restoration of the power you thought was gone. You're not just being given money or a gift, you're being placed into your divine role, one your soul has known since before you were born. What's coming is bigger than a financial increase. It's your identity being re-established. It's justice for the seasons, when others stole your joy, your clarity, your dignity. And now it's being returned. And yet it won't look obvious at first. It won't arrive with fireworks or flashing lights. It will seem simple, a message, a knock, a name you haven't heard in ages. But your spirit will recognize it instantly, like a puzzle piece clicking into place. You'll pause and say, "You really heard me, didn't you?" Yes. Every time, even the prayers you were too weary to speak aloud, even the ones you cried into your pillow, when no one else was awake. I want you to receive this, with more than just your ears, let your entire being hear this. A letter is coming. Its contents will shift everything. And the person behind it. They never stopped caring. Maybe they didn't know how to express it. Maybe life or pride or time stood in the way. Or maybe their voice was silenced, before they could speak the words themselves. But they chose you. They made sure that what was left behind would find you. They trusted heaven to do what they could not. And heaven did. So don't be afraid. I know it may seem unbelievable, but when I move, it rarely looks expected. I don't follow the laws of this world, I follow divine covenant. And no one needs to approve what I've decided to release over your life. This is your moment, this is your appointed season, this is your word, and your world is about to reflect it. And when it comes, you'll realize nothing was ever truly lost, it was all just waiting for the right moment to return to you. Let me speak to the very center of your soul, before you go. If you're here, it's because you are stepping into alignment. If this message feels like it was meant just for you, that's because it is. And if you're trembling, that's not fear, that's your spirit saying, I remember now. You were always meant to be restored, you were always meant to inherit, you were always meant to reach a season of peace, after so much storm. And now, the one who set this all in motion, is watching with joy, whether from this side or from eternity, as the blessing begins to arrive. Can you feel it? Even the air around you has shifted. That's not your imagination, that's Archangel Michael's presence near you, preparing the next step. He's saying now, tell them they're not too late, tell them the door is still open, tell them this is their time. So I am. Get ready, what's yours is on its way. Because inheritance does that, it rewrites futures, it closes old wounds, it restores names that others tried to erase, and breathes life into the parts of you that once felt forgotten. This is not about paperwork, this is about prophecy. What's being handed to you carries more than ink and words, it carries weight, it carries lineage, it carries destiny. It's not something you applied for, it's something that was reserved for you, before you even knew you needed it. And I need you to hear me, it's not too late, you didn't miss it. The blessing was never meant to arrive, when you were still trying to prove your worth, to those who could never see it. It's arriving now, because your eyes are open, your spirit is tuned in. You're no longer trying to make others believe in you, you finally believe in yourself. And that was the final lock that needed to turn. You've wondered for years, why certain people were removed from your life, why doors you desperately wanted to open remained shut, why opportunities you thought were perfect slipped through your fingers. But now you're about to understand, it was all to protect this moment, to prepare the sacred ground for the sacred thing. And now here it comes, delivered not by coincidence, but by divine intention. That letter is not just an ending, it's a beginning. It will answer questions you've carried for too long. It will return to you what once felt permanently lost. And more than anything, it will feel like home. Not because of what's written, but because your soul will finally recognize something it's waited to feel for so long, closure, truth, confirmation, and a path forward that was always yours to walk. You see, the world has tried to distract you, to numb you, to drown out that quiet voice inside that says, there's something more. But not anymore, that voice is growing louder now, it's rising above the noise. And this moment, this sacred alignment, is giving you the clarity you've been asking for in silence. That's why you're still reading, that's why your hands are still trembling, that's why your chest feels heavy, yet somehow lighter at the same time. You're standing in two realities, the one you knew, and the one that's now unfolding. And as the two merge, your spirit is being updated. Heaven is syncing with your timeline. And the letter, it's the bridge. Take a deep breath, let yourself receive what's happening. You don't have to overthink it, you don't have to try and figure it out. You don't even have to tell anyone yet. This moment is between you and heaven, between your spirit, and the one who signed that envelope long ago. Let it be sacred, let it be personal, let it be yours. And listen closely, there's more. When the letter arrives, it will not just confirm what you've suspected, it will illuminate what you never even dared to imagine. There's something written inside it that carries not only a blessing, but a directive. It's not just a gift, it's an assignment. You're not being elevated just for your sake, but for the sake of others, who are connected to your rise. What you're receiving will ripple through generations. There is a reason why your heart has always carried depth, why you've always felt things more strongly than others, why you've been misunderstood, overlooked, or misread. It's because you were never meant to fit into shallow spaces, you were born for a deeper current. And now that current is about to carry you forward, with a force no one can block. Archangel Michael is still near, he's still standing beside you, guarding the process, ensuring no interference. Because even now, there are forces that would try to distract, delay, or distort what's meant for you. But it won't work, the protection over this moment is absolute, the authority behind this release is unquestionable. Child, lift your head, lift your spirit. I know life has worn you down, I know you've been exhausted, waiting, doubting, questioning if it would ever happen. But I need you to understand this truth, it's happening because you stayed, it's happening because you didn't give up, when it would have been easier to walk away. It's happening because you chose faith over fear, patience over pride, humility over attention. And heaven honors that. The silence you've walked through has not been empty, it's been filled with preparation. While others rushed ahead, you were being built. While others took shortcuts, you took root. And now those roots are holding steady, as something remarkable breaks ground. This inheritance, it's going to reach you in a way that will feel quiet at first, almost too quiet. It won't arrive with fanfare or flashing lights. It'll come as a still moment, a phone call, a notification, a name you haven't heard in years, suddenly appearing. And when it does, don't second guess it, don't say, could this really be for me? It is, it always was. You've gone unseen by many, but not by the one who matters. You've been misjudged, misunderstood, misrepresented. But none of that changed your name in the divine registry. In fact, your name has been spoken more times than you know, by angels, by ancestors, by the very ones who wept, while writing that final line of the letter you're about to receive. And child, I must tell you, this is not the end of the story, this is a threshold. Once you cross it, everything begins to look different. Your vision will shift, your intuition will heighten, your path will straighten. It will be as if everything that once confused you, suddenly makes sense. Because this letter doesn't just bring news, it brings alignment. You're stepping into a divine unveiling, what was once hidden is now being shown, what was once out of reach is now within your grasp, what was once delayed is now being expedited. Archangel Michael has cleared the air, and the messenger is on the way. So prepare yourself, not with worry, but with wonder. Not with doubt, but with awe. Let your heart remain soft, let your eyes stay open. Because the moment you hold that letter, everything will shift, not just in your life, but in your lineage. A cycle ends, a new one begins. And when you speak your name out loud again, it will carry new power. Because now it's backed by promise, it's supported by truth, it's been restored by grace. And no one, not time, not betrayal, not fear, can take that away from you. So when the moment comes, step forward gently, take the letter, breathe in the weight of what you're holding. And then let the truth wash over you, like sunrise after the longest night. It's here, it's happening, and it has your name written all over it. And now the promise is being fulfilled, before your very eyes. You were never forgotten, not for a second. I saw every night you cried alone, every birthday that felt empty, every room you entered quietly, hoping someone would see you, and I did, I always did. And now so will the world. Because this is not just your restoration, it is your unveiling. You are stepping into the season, where what was hidden will be honored, where what was misunderstood will be clarified, where what was taken will be returned, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And this letter, this divine inheritance, is the first crack of dawn, after a lifetime of night. You were never behind, you were being prepared. You were never denied, you were being protected. You were never abandoned, you were being preserved. And every delay you faced, every detour you took, every disappointment that nearly broke you, they were all secretly guiding you, to this exact moment. Do you see now, can you feel it in your chest, that stirring, that quiet knowing? That's your spirit aligning, with heaven's timing. That's your soul whispering, yes, this is it, this is the moment I've been waiting for. You don't need to second guess anymore. You don't need to keep rehearsing the past, wondering if you missed the signal, or made too many mistakes. You didn't miss anything, you didn't lose your place. Nothing that belongs to you, has passed you by. It's been waiting for you, waiting for your heart to heal, waiting for your hands to be free, waiting for your spirit to stop running, and finally say, I'm ready. And now you are, ready to receive, ready to believe, ready to trust again, not just in the goodness of others, but in the goodness of God. That's what this is about, trust. It's about realizing that even when it felt like no one saw you, I did. Even when it felt like the darkness had the final word, it didn't, I did. And my word is final, and my word is true, and my word over you is this, blessed, remembered, restored. This letter is more than a message, it's a shift. It's the bridge between who you thought you had to be, and who you were always destined to become. You don't have to hide anymore, you don't have to shrink, you don't have to earn the love, that's already been written into your name. You just have to say yes, yes to healing, yes to the inheritance, yes to the new beginning, that's already unfolding. And I know your heart may still carry the weight of the old story. The version of you that was overlooked, the version of you that was doubted. But let me tell you something, I'm not speaking to that version anymore. I'm speaking to the one who rose from it, the one who dared to hope again, the one who chose forgiveness over bitterness, love over fear, faith over doubt. That's the you I see now, that's the you who's receiving this. So let it all fall away now, the shame, the guilt, the questions, the need to prove yourself. It's over. You've been chosen, not because you were perfect, but because you were persistent. You stayed, you listened, you believed. And now the doors are opening, because heaven has said, it's time. This is your time, you're not too old, you're not too late, you're not too broken. You're exactly who you're meant to be, right on time, fully prepared, divinely aligned. And every gift that's arriving now, is not a coincidence, it's compensation. Compensation for the years you loved without return, compensation for the seasons you gave and gave and gave and got nothing back, compensation for the silent battles you fought, when no one clapped for you. This is not just a blessing, it's justice. Because I am a just God, and I've kept record, not of your flaws, but of your faithfulness. Not of your sins, but of your strength. Not of your failures, but of your fight. And I've decided it's time you see what I've seen all along, that you are worthy, that you are ready, that you are the one I've been waiting to bless. So go ahead, open the envelope, step into the room, answer the call. This is your yes, this is your green light, this is the season, where everything begins to make sense. The puzzle pieces you thought didn't belong anywhere, now coming together. The prayers you thought were lost, now echoing back with answers. The doors you thought were closed for good, now swinging wide with welcome. And if you feel afraid, if you feel overwhelmed, just remember you are not walking alone. You are surrounded by love, surrounded by angels, surrounded by the echo of generations, who prayed you would make it here. This moment is not just for you, it's for them too. For the ones who walked so you could run, for the ones who cried so you could sing, for the ones who dreamed of this day, but didn't live to see it. You're living it for them, you're receiving it for them. So honor them by receiving it fully. Don't hold back, don't apologize for being chosen. Don't question why it's your name on the letter. Just accept that heaven made its decision, and heaven doesn't make mistakes. Your name was called, your time has come, your inheritance is here, and nothing, no lie, no delay, no detour, can stop what I've put in motion. So exhale, my child, the waiting is over. The promise is alive. And the rest of your life is calling you forward now, not in fear, not in shame, but in boldness, in purpose, in undeniable favor. You were made for this, and now you're stepping into everything that's been made for you. This is the moment where faith becomes sight, where hope becomes harvest, where every tear you've ever cried becomes water for the garden that's about to bloom all around you. So get ready, you're not just walking into a new chapter, you're walking into the promise fulfilled. And it's only just beginning. So open it, cherish it, walk in it, and never again say, maybe I'm not meant to be blessed. Because now you know you were born for it, and this letter, this miracle, this moment proves it. God. And now that the proof has arrived, I need you to act accordingly. Live like someone who knows they are chosen, walk like someone who has already seen the victory, speak like someone who has tasted the promise. You're not walking into the unknown anymore, you're walking into fulfillment. What you used to call coincidence, you'll now call confirmation. What used to confuse you, now aligns with divine purpose. What once left you feeling overlooked, will soon reveal that you were being hidden, protected, and preserved, for something far greater. Don't rush it, but don't hesitate either. This is the season, where divine timing and your readiness finally meet. What didn't happen before wasn't denial, it was development. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. And I needed you to understand something vital, that you are not fragile, you are fortified. You are not forsaken, you are favored, you are not forgotten, you are focused. And every ounce of pressure you felt was shaping something in you that can't be undone. You see, the letter isn't just a physical gift, it's a symbol of the countless silent prayers I collected in the dark. The ones you whispered when no one else was around, the ones you cried while staring at your ceiling. I caught them all, and I didn't forget, not one word fell to the ground. They've been stored in heaven, and now they're being answered on earth. This is why you couldn't quit, this is why you were protected from what you thought you wanted. This is why the door you begged to stay open had to close. It's not because I was trying to hurt you, it's because I was saving you for something better. And now you'll understand that what you lost was never meant to stay, and what's coming will never leave. Because what I send, I sustain. You may feel a trembling in your chest, that's not fear, that's recognition. Your spirit already knows, this is the moment we've been building toward. Your heart might still carry scars, but even those are sacred now. They tell the story of someone who didn't give up, someone who still chose faith, when everything around them screamed doubt, someone who believed, truly believed, that I could still make beauty out of ashes. And you were right. Now hear me clearly, the restoration won't come as a flood that overtakes you. It will come as a steady stream. Day by day, moment by moment, word by word. You'll look back soon and realize, you're no longer bleeding from what once broke you. You'll realize the pain no longer owns your narrative, that grief has become wisdom, that sorrow has transformed into strength. And here's the thing, I'm not just giving you answers, I'm giving you authority. Authority to walk in rooms without shrinking, authority to speak without apologizing, authority to claim what I've already given you, authority to say no to what drains you, and yes to what blesses you. And from now on, I want you to walk with your head high, not because of pride, but because of promise. Because you're not walking alone anymore, you never were. Even in the silence, I was guiding you. Even in the confusion, I was teaching you. Even when your hands felt empty, I was filling your spirit. And now your cup is beginning to overflow, not just with blessings, but with clarity, with assurance, with identity. Yes, identity, because part of this journey has been about remembering who you are. Not what the world labeled you, not what your past tried to convince you, but who you truly are underneath it all, my creation, my vessel, my masterpiece, handcrafted with intention, filled with light, called by name. And child, your name is known in heaven. Angels respond to it. The earth was waiting for you to rise. And now that you are, it's making room. Don't be surprised when opportunities come knocking, don't be startled when connections seem divine, because they are. Every step you take from this point forward has been orchestrated. Every door you walk through will carry the weight of heaven's approval. But remember this too, just because you're walking in blessing, doesn't mean the journey will be without resistance. The enemy doesn't give up easily, but he's already lost. Because now you know who you are, now you understand what you're carrying, now you realize this isn't just about you, it's about everyone connected to your obedience. Every yes you say to me ripples into generations. Every choice to trust me heals more than just your heart, it rewrites legacy. So take this seriously, not with fear, but with reverence. You've been called for such a time as this, and I wouldn't have trusted you with it, if you weren't capable of carrying it. You are strong enough, you are wise enough, and where you feel weak, my strength will meet you. I want you to keep this letter, not just the physical one, but this one, these words. Tuck them into the folds of your heart. Revisit them when doubt tries to sneak in. Speak them out loud, when the enemy tries to remind you of your old self. Let them be a reminder of what I said to you tonight. Because I do not speak idle words, every syllable carries purpose, every line is a seed, and if you water it with faith, it will bloom in ways you never imagined. There is no turning back now, there is only forward. Forward into healing, forward into laughter, forward into rest, not just sleep, but true soul-deep rest. The kind that comes when you no longer carry everything alone. I've taken the heaviness, I've exchanged it for joy, I've taken the burden, I've replaced it with blessing. And finally, let me tell you what I see, when I look at you right now. I see fire, I see light, I see the glimmer of hope reborn. I see a warrior, who never stopped fighting, even when they didn't know what the outcome would be. I see a child, who still believes, even with tears in their eyes. I see someone I'm proud of. Truly proud. And soon so will you. You'll look in the mirror, and finally recognize the reflection. Not just as someone who survived, but someone who was transformed, someone who became new, someone who's ready. And when that day comes, you'll remember this moment, the quiet moment, when heaven whispered back to you in love, and everything began to change.